All right, we'll be starting in a few minutes. We're just waiting on some more attendees to show up, so sit tight.
Good afternoon and welcome to today's webinar. Presenting today's webinar are Christy White, Robin Cho, Doug Daniosis, and Justin Ivey. Our associate planning staff has the most technical experience in our technology and tools in the firm, and so we thought it'd be best that they would present today. Also on the webinar for Q&A at the end will be Howard Pressman and myself, Brian Beatty, for advanced level questions if they're needed. Due to the advancement of technology and evolution of complexity and managing one's finances, we've added some new technology and services to help our financial planning experience and make it easier for us to update the changing financial picture. The new tool will allow you to get one vision on your plan and your portfolio all in one place. This new technology is known as the EBW Personal Dashboard. Access to this technology is now available on our website in the Client Center. This is being rolled out this year, client by client, in reviews and in one-off meetings. Christy will elaborate on the webinar during the webinar as we progress about further details to conduct an onboarding meeting. Without further ado, Christy, take it away.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar introducing the EBW Personal Dashboard. My name is Christy White, and I will be presenting today's webinar along with my colleagues Robin Lee, Doug Daniosis, and Justin Ivey. The EBW Personal Dashboard is a new data aggregation tool that we are offering to all of our clients to aggregate their accounts, track transactions, run budgets, and much more. All interested clients are encouraged to set up an onboarding meeting with Robin, Doug, Justin, or me to get started on the dashboard. If you have any questions throughout the presentation, please type them into the questions text box and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. We will try to answer all of your questions during the time that we have. But if we can't get to all of the questions, you can bring them up with your advisor or us afterwards. To start, I will be showing you a video to introduce the dashboard. This video is called Life in the Box.
Remember, you were a kid. Things were simple. Life was good. Everything you owned could fit into a box. All your worldly possessions in one safe place. It made you feel secure. Time passed. You collected more things and more boxes. Life became less simple. Here's a question. Do you know where everything is and what everything is worth? If you don't, you should. If you want to know, you can. Now you can see everything you own all in one place, a private and secure location where your data is consolidated into one clear picture of you. Your personal website makes getting organized simple. It's easy to connect with all your financial accounts. As the markets change throughout the day, your balances recalculate to keep you up to date. To stay on track, you can create a budget and view your spending habits, monitor cash flow, and see your bottom line at any time. Interactive workshops show how your investment and spending decisions today can impact your lifetime cash flow, affect retirement, and influence your estate scenarios. To review the financial impact of your options, you can collaborate with us online in real time. There's a digital vault where all your important documents can be stored for safekeeping and accessed from anywhere. We provide you with up-to-date data so you can evaluate your options. And with a click, print out reports to see your complete financial picture. We give you the tools to connect with everything you own so you'll know what everything is worth, all in one place. From Wall Street to Main Street, those who know what they have fare better than those who don't. If you want to know, we can show you how.
Great. Now, before we go into more detail about how the dashboard works, I'd like to address the dashboard security measures. Here is a video about the security features for your EBW Personal Dashboard.
Whenever you enter your personal information online, you want to know it's safe and secure. We understand how you feel, so we built in multiple advanced security features to protect your data at all times. Your personal financial website is a non-transactional system. We're not like online banking, trading, or shopping websites. Your money cannot be moved, withdrawn, or accessed here. In fact, the financial information we track for you is the same data that's already online in your financial accounts. All account passwords are kept private by you and not accessible to anyone. Your personal information will never be shared with a third party for any reason at any time. Your data is stored at SunGard Data Systems, one of the largest data hosting companies in the world. SunGard handles 70% of all financial industry transactions. Multi-location data centers guarantee the highest levels of security and reliability. Many financial institutions still use 128-bit encryption. We use advanced 256-bit secure socket layer encryption. Trying to find your data without authorization is like looking for a grain of sand on miles of beach. We use third-party security auditors who serve as our own team of professional hackers. 24 hours a day, they continually try to break through our firewalls, but they've never succeeded. Your personal financial website is designated as a VeriSign secure site. It serves as your private checks and balances dashboard. In one secure place, you can monitor all your account activity and see changes you might not have noticed until you received your monthly statements. Your data is secured by advanced protection measures, including physical security, password protection, secure socket layer, 256-bit encryption, firewalls, intrusion detection, virus testing, audits, inspections, policies, and procedures. It feels good to have the confidence and the comfort to know that your data is safe and secure.
Great. Now I'm going to hand over the presentation to Robin Lee, who's going to start us on the sample client overview.
Thank you, Christy. So right here you're seeing the login screen, and it's a good idea to save this web address to your favorites so you can easily access it every time. Another great way to access the dashboard is through our EBW website, which is www.ebwllc.com. And we have direct links to the dashboard and account online access under the Client Center. Today we'll be using a sample client to explore the dashboard. So once you're logged in, you'll see the home screen right here. And when you have your initial onboard meeting, you'll automatically see account balances for any assets held with EBW. You can scroll through the different boxes to see more detailed snapshots of your investments, like this, and cash accounts and insurance policies. Today we're going to start with the Organizer tab under Accounts. So this is where you'll be able to set up your links to any checking, savings, investment, mortgage accounts, and also any retirement plans you may have online access to. The more accounts you include, the more complete of a financial picture you will get. And you'll also have less homework when it comes to updating your financial plan, since we can easily access your current balances here. So adding an institution is as easy as clicking Add right here. And you can either type in the institution's name or website address. But we've learned it does tend to work a little better by using the institution's name and keeping it simple. So you see we have two options right here. For larger institutions like Chase or Bank of America, you'll see many options come up, and you can make sure you have the right institution by clicking on the name and then the link right here. And a login screen will pop up, and if it doesn't look familiar, you'll know you don't have the right one, so you can X out and try a different one. Let's see, so once you have the right institution, you enter the login information. And then hit connect. Now, some institutions have added security and require you to answer a security question or two. So just so you're aware, the program doesn't share or store any usernames or passwords. Also, sometimes smaller institutions like a local credit union don't already have a relationship established with this program, but we can always request that they be added. So in this case with the sample client, you'll see that several institutions have been linked with one user ID. But when you do this on your own, you'll need to add each institution one after another. Now once the account has been linked, we do recommend clicking on Settings and then selecting the option for allowing your advisor to find new accounts. Now what this allows us to do, when a link breaks, we'll be able to repair the link for you. And you'll notice that the links will go down every so often. But this ensures we can always have up-to-date balances. So you just click Yes and Save. A question we're often asked is, can we delete one account without deleting the whole institution? And the answer is yes, you can. Some of our clients have joint bank accounts or credit cards with their children and don't want it included in their financial picture. And so you can delete one account by clicking on the name, such as this, Easy123 Checking, and then delete this account. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. And that way you've deleted just the account and not the whole link. Now, after you're done adding your institutions, you'll see back on the home screen all the data pulling through. And this is a quick and easy snapshot to see your whole picture. So back to the organizer. We also have a section for real estate, property, and business. At your onboard meeting, we will have already put in the value of your home, but this is a static number, so it doesn't change unless you manually update it yourself. The program does like to give you a Zillow estimate on the right-hand side of the screen once you've entered an address, like so, but this may or may not be accurate. The next tab down is for family and friends. We like to add any beneficiaries and or trustees to this section in case we ever need to reach out to them. You could also add friends for your own personal use. It's a good idea to have up-to-date contact information in case of an emergency, or it's just a great place to remember everyone's birth dates. Now the last section down here is for professional contacts. We will add the contact information for anyone you may need to contact in our office here at EBW, like so. We also recommend adding any accountants and or attorneys. We have the ability to share a specific folder in your vault with these professionals by giving them their own login, but only with your permission. For example, when tax time comes around, we can put your tax statements in one folder and have your accountant access them securely. And we can also give specified access to beneficiaries or trustees, but Justin will go over the vault in more detail a little later. So that sums up the organizer, and I will pass the mic along to Doug.
Thank you, Robin. One of the key themes we emphasize is privacy. When your personal dashboard is created, the default privacy setting is none, meaning we at EBW are unable to view any spending data on a transactions level. We are able to see account balances on a whole which is no different than what you all currently provide us during your annual review. You can find the privacy settings by clicking on Settings, and then the Privacy tab. Under the Security tab, you can change your password, found here, as well as your security questions. Alerts. Alerts are parameters of your choosing. Once those parameters have been met, an email notification will be sent to your inbox. You can add multiple email addresses here. To give an example, let's set a low cash balance alert at $100. So find the low cash balance alert, click on, and we're going to do 100. So when the balance of any cash account falls below $100, you'll get an email notification. So why would you want to set up an alert? Let's say you have a checking account that requires a minimum balance. You can set a low balance alert to notify you, thus avoiding the monthly fee the institution charges if the minimum balance is not met. You will work with your advisor and their team to personalize any alerts to your lifestyle. Now we're going to delve into the spending transactions section. This is where the benefit of the personal dashboard starts to materialize. Remember, this is a tool that can show you a global picture of your current financial status. I'll be showing you a general overview. Any advanced topics will be covered during your onboarding meeting with Christy, Robin, Justin, or myself. To access the transaction section, you click on Spending, which is found here, then Transactions. This is where a breakdown of any transactions that were pulled through the connections can be found. As you see, transactions are sorted by date range, accounts, and categories. To classify a transaction, click on the item of interest. So let's go ahead and click on Wawa Town. Click on the category drop-down box and choose from the pre-existing list. So click here, Auto and Transport, and then you'll find Public Transport. You may also create subcategories, which I will cover later. The bulk of the initial work is categorizing. Some financial institutions automatically categorize each transaction, though this may not be accurate. Rules can help expedite categorizing. Once a rule has been defined, it will affect all past and future transactions. To make a rule, you verify the description and category as you see fit. Click Details, which you can find here. Then check the rule box, which will appear here. Remember, once a rule has been defined, it will affect all past and future transactions. To manage the rules, click on the Settings tab, which you will find here. This will bring up all the rules you have set up. This is where you can edit by clicking on the rule. You can change the description and category, as shown here. You can also delete a rule by clicking on the red X. You will notice that a warning box appears to verify the deletion. In this section, you will also be able to edit and add custom subcategories by clicking on the appropriate category. For example, in this case, under Auto and Transport, let's create the subcategory Auto Parts. So we'll type in Auto Parts in the field and click Add. Oh, it's already been added. You can also delete the category that's been created by pressing the red X and hit Yes. Under the Budget tab, you are able to create a budget. When you first log in, you have the option of creating an auto budget based on the transactions that were pulled through. So to find the budget section, click Budgets. When you first log in, this will all be blank, and you'll see the auto budget option, or you can create a line item budget by clicking on Add Budget. You'll choose the category, and you will enter the monthly amount, and then click Add. Under the Overview tab, this provides a general picture of your spending based on a date range and categories. By clicking on a category, you'll be able to view the spending on a subcategory level. So let's click on bills and utilities. You'll see the water bill based on the date range for this month. Christy will now be presenting on the investment section.
Thank you, Doug. So here is our investment section of the dashboard. You will mostly be referring to this tab for asset allocation. Being able to view your asset allocation globally to include not only the accounts you have with us, but also your outside employer retirement plans or investments makes this a powerful tool for you and your advisor. Your advisor could look at your global asset allocation and attempt to make up for deficiencies in your outside employer retirement plan, such as the lack of holdings. So here is the summary of the outside investments. You see we have a Fidelity 401k, Fidelity brokerage accounts, and on the next tab you can see the allocation. So it'll break down for you the different asset allocations, the different categories, and you can look at this as a global portfolio of all your investments, or you can look at each account individually. You can also run an analysis, and this page will start tracking your investments as the day that you add them. We don't recommend using this for tracking your investment performance. It uses a different methodology than our current performance reporting. You should continue to use your existing websites and financial reports for performance tracking. But if you have specific questions about performance, please consult your advisor. Now, I will pass this on to Justin, who will be talking about the Vault.
Thank you very much, Christy. Okay, you may access the Vault by clicking the Vault tab in the upper right-hand corner of your dashboard. And the Vault is a secure digital document storage location within your EBW Personal Dashboard. Upon opening your Vault, you'll notice you have access to two main folders, your My Documents folder and your Shared Documents folder. Your My Documents folder is completely private and its contents cannot be viewed by anyone on the EBW team. Examples of documents that you may wish to include in this folder may be birth certificates, marriage certificates, passports, titling documents, or any other type of document that you may find useful to store for personal use. And please note that the Vault has limited space, so please only upload PDF or text files. The other main folder in your Vault is the Shared Documents folder. And the files placed in this location are accessible by you, your advisor, and your team at EBW. You will notice that this folder has 6 subfolders. One folder for legal and estate planning documents, which you may include items such as wills, trusts, deeds, powers of attorney, medical directives, and with your permission, your account's beneficiary designations. You also have a folder for insurance documents, which you may include your life insurance policies, long-term care policies, disability, umbrella, or property policies. There is a tax documents folder, to which you may add your past tax returns, or if you request person tax documents, we may place them in this location. There is also a review documents folder, which will be used to share requested documents for your financial plan review and for other upcoming meetings. And due to the advanced security features of the EBW Personal Dashboard, in the future, we would ultimately prefer to transfer sensitive documents in this manner as opposed to email. There is also a financial plan folder, where we may upload, with your permission, a copy of your most recent financial plan. There's also a to-do folder. This is where we can securely send you documents that require your attention, such as forms that require information input or signatures. To upload files into your Vault, once inside a folder, click the Upload Files link here, and then click Browse to find the location on your computer, locate the file, and then add the file. Another folder may be created by clicking the Create a Folder link here, and then titling it accordingly. A folder may also then be deleted by clicking the red X next to the folder. And then if you wish to download all the files contained within a folder, simply click the Download All link here and then select the storage location on your personal computer that you wish all those particular files to be stored onto. I would also like to reiterate that in the future we would prefer to use the vault to transfer documents as opposed to email due to the high level of security. The vault is also very useful as a method of backing up important documents should the originals be lost due to unforeseen circumstances. Okay, and now Christy will be continuing with the presentation.
Thank you, Justin. We will now go through and answer your questions. Please enter your question in the text box if you have not already done so. So we're just pulling up your questions here and we'll be able to start answering them. Let's just get all of these pulled through. Let's see if we have a bunch of questions here. Okay, just bear with us. Okay. We have a question here about how secure is this website. Does anybody want to address that?
I'll address that. Okay, so the actual website uses the same encryption capabilities that the Pentagon uses, with one small caveat, and that is your website is nowhere near as sensitive as the Pentagon's website from a vulnerability standpoint or a profile standpoint. With 256K bit and triple socket layer protection, it's the highest protection available to all financial institutions today. We also pay outside hacker companies to try and break through the firewalls and access accounts, and to date that has never been successful. That's being monitored 24 hours a day by an outside company. Please refer to your security video and information when you do log in, which should be found inside one of your folders in the vault.
You can also access the security video on our website. So if you go to ebwllc.com and go into our Client Center and Secure Client Access, the first site you see on here is for the EBW Personal Dashboard. And our security video shows up right here if you ever want to refer back to it.
Next question.
Next question. If no one but me has access, how can EBW reset link settings? Robin, do you want to answer that one?
So we technically can't see any of your transactions that pull through, but we will be able to access the account balances on the Organizer tab. Let me show you. So what we see from our end looks just like this. So we can see the balances, and we can either refresh or find new to update your balances and reset the links. What we cannot see is your spending tab. So we can't see any of your transactions or budgets. I hope that answers your question. And we're waiting for our next question here.
Okay, the next question is actually John Gray. Where is the financial workshop button mentioned by the online tour guide? Make sure you tell them which features are turned on. There are some features which are turned off. Christy, can you mention?
For the workshop, we currently have that turned off, though you can request it with your advisor if you feel like that's necessary. The workshop is mostly a financial planning tool, but we're actually not using this site for the purposes of financial planning. We're mostly using Plan Builder or Money Guide Pro. So that might be something we can use in the future, but we're not using it at the moment. All right, next question.
I actually just wanted, this is Robin, I just wanted to address one more thing about the security features. I think what makes people feel most comfortable is that you can't move any money around through the dashboard, you can't withdraw money, you can't pay bills. So if anybody were to access this dashboard without your permission, they wouldn't have any of those capabilities.
Okay, so our next question is there one username and password for each person? For example, one for my wife and one for myself? We can set up a username, as many usernames as you want for your own website. We could set up one that's just for you, one that's just for your spouse, and you could see the same things, or you can you could even set up separate websites if you have accounts that you don't want to share with each other.
The more common element that probably will be utilized by individuals is they would provide access, specific access, to a file or folder in the vault. However, we can add eyeballs to this site to trustees and beneficiaries whenever that's requested. But I think those user settings will have to be discussed one-on-one with your advisor based on your personal relationship.
Next question, will this system download financial data directly from our other institutions, or is there a manual input? And we'll start with that one first. So there's both. It will download information from your institution when you link them in the accounts section, and you can also add accounts manually. So you could add other accounts down here that don't have a live feed, and you can just input a value, or a static feed that you'll have to go and update. The second question on here is, can you print reports? And right now we don't have a report feature turned on, but that is an option that we could make available.
What I'll say about the report section is until we're comfortable with the reporting system so that it doesn't confuse clients or contradict reports that are currently being generated in our other software, we're going to hold off on that feature until we're comfortable with the quality of the reports. But I think that's a feature which will be coming in the future.
Who do we call to set up the dashboard?
Excellent question.
Okay, well, you simply would contact Idalis in the office, and she would be happy to set you up with an onboarding session with myself, Robin, Christy, or Doug. Okay. And what is the best way to track investments over time? We recommend that you use your Albridge Wealth Reporting website to track investments over time. It'll give the best year-to-date return information for your investments held at EBW.
Albridge is the actual report system you use in your annual reviews or any online webinars like GoToMeeting annual reviews that you do with your advisor. And if you're unsure about how to access your Albridge system or any of the online systems, you can either go to our Client Center where there are instructions found, or you can contact directly any of the associate advisors that support your actual lead advisor. If you look on the screen now, this is the section I'm referring to. Those videos that we played for you, as well as instructions to access both your statements and your online reporting system known as Albridge Wealth Reporting, are located there. Next question.
Next question, will there be other online tutorials online? We are actually recording this webinar, so it will be available for replay on our EBW website. Oh, also at our annual client event on October 2nd, which is next Thursday, we are going to have a room just for online training for the different websites and tools that we use here at EBW.
And you should also note that on your website there is a tour guide, so if you need more information about any particular section, you can just pull up the tour guide, and she can help you out with the site.
Welcome, I'm Danny. I'm going to show you how you can use this.
Danny's very helpful. There's a question here that may have already been referenced. I'll quickly ask it and let you know where you find this. Can you show me from the EBW website where I actually access the dashboard? Chrissy, can you just quickly go there?
Yeah. So again, if we didn't cover this, you just go to our home page, and then you can go into Client Center, Secure Client Access here, or Account Access here, and it has links to all of our online systems.
Okay, great. And I have two final questions, I believe. The first of which is, do I wait for my advisor meeting to set this up? You don't have to. You certainly can. In your annual review, your advisor should be introducing you to this technology and actually making available the tools, starting with your initial log-on instructions and then an entire set of instructions to do it on your own or to schedule a follow-up meeting. Or if you don't want to wait, reach out today to either the associate planner or to Idellis and go ahead and schedule a separate webinar, because it does not have to be done in person. Or if you choose to do it in person on a computer in the office, we can certainly do that. Last, I think, question is going to be, how quickly will this dashboard update financial information? It will update financial information every time you log in. So if you log in and you stay there, it's not going to change. But if you were to log out and log back in tomorrow, it'll be freshened up the very next day. The only thing that doesn't freshen up are static connections or inputs that you've placed yourself, such as real estate or accounts that don't have actual feeds or links. In the interest of time, unfortunately, we're going to have to respond to other questions later individually. This has been a terrific showing. Thank you for all the wonderful questions, and we look forward to seeing you all either in your next review or at the Back to School Night on October 2nd, and we thank you for your attendance.